What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Clown Together Podcast. I am your host, Tony Scorp, here with my co-host, Deception. Say hi.
What up?
I've also got Riss here in the background. Y'all don't know Riss. Riss is my amazing fiance, and it's finals week. So usually when we do the podcast, Riss has class, but today they are crocheting and watching Trailer Park Boys and providing amazing commentary for your ears. Correct?
Yeah, Riz can be like the honorary guest.
Deception just called you the honorary guest. What can I say? You're just too good.
Well, because when Riz is not directly on the podcast, she's technically not a guest. But
Technically, honorary.
We'll call it an honorary guest. You know, because we'll be getting stuff in the background.
Oh yeah, for sure. Know what I'm saying?
It's like Riz is like the honorary third wheel of the podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is
in the air all the time.
Yep. Like so many podcasts too. You could just hear Riz commenting in the background. Because you know how we went through. Also, this is episode 59. I forgot to mention that.
Yep.
But as I was going through and like uploading all the old podcasts that I forgot to upload when they originally went live, that's my bad.
Hey, we're catching up.
Hey, we are. We'll be caught up.
We are catching up.
Here, I think. Hold on, I have a date. I'm gonna find it while I talk. So like I was like going through them and I like was able to like hear Riss just like in the background of so many of them. Like, just like some of the, like the one-liners that they were saying, it was cracking me up. You do what you do.
Yeah, I've been watching the podcast back through too. It's like honestly, it's kind of fun hearing like what we were saying like forever ago. But
so we will like the episode 67, which should be February 14th.
It's Valentine's Day. Let's go.
Yeah. Will be the first episode that is uploaded the day it's recorded / gone live.
Oh, dude.
And that's with
I have an idea.
That's with like 2 months, like 3 months of double uploads a week of the podcast, and like 2 weeks of triple uploads of the podcast. So we're making our way. We're making our way downtown. Making our way downtown for sure. Yes, my love. Walking fast. Places fat. Places past as I'm homebound. No.
There you go, Tom. I had to send you that idea.
It's faces past? Whoa. All right. Well, I guess I don't know the lyrics to any songs. But so yeah, a lot's coming in the coming weeks. There's no podcast next week, which will be the 20th of December, because Riss and I are moving home from college. So my PC will be packed up in a car, not out on display and ready to use. Just for those of you guys that are watching live right now.
Yeah. And you'll see this in like a month when it already happened.
Actually, I can tell you what day they'll see this. Episode 59. They'll be seeing this January 24th.
Yeah, so basically a month.
Yeah. So
I was pretty on point.
Yeah, you were. It's like a month and a couple days. Anyway,
hopefully by January 24th, XDefiant will be out.
I know, I'm waiting, dude. I'm fucking waiting. Well, we know it's coming out in the first, like, it's kind of confirmed at this point that it's coming out in the first quarter of 2023. Well, 2024.
I mean, even if they experience some submission problems, I still think it comes out Q1.
Yeah, me too. Which, for those of you guys that don't know, the Q1 is January, February, March.
Yeah.
So.
And if they, like, judging by their last process, because it took them, like, a month, they said it takes them 3 weeks to a month to get everything, like, to go through the entire submission process, and then they can launch. If they submit it, like, if they submit it before Christmas, we could see it, like, mid-January, I think.
Yeah.
And if they submit it after Christmas, I think we see it like late January, early February.
Yeah. So, just keep your eyes peeled on the we've been keeping our eyes peeled on the Twitter/X feed. Um so we'll continue to keep you guys posted here every week, except for next week on Wednesday, 12 p.m. EST.
Yeah, after that update last week from Mark, I think he's optimistic about it launching soon. I think everybody should be pretty
Yeah,
optimistic about it launching soon.
I agree. Um but I don't know. I'm really excited to play the game. I feel like by then though, like the hype around Call of Duty will have calmed down a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone's saying COD's back, but at the same time, like there's only so much COD you can play. Um,
I mean, if it launches like late January, that'll be like right after Season 1 Reloaded.
yeah,
Because Season 1 Reloaded is supposed to come out January 17th. And usually, like a couple weeks after Season 1 Reloaded, that's when people really get tired of the season. They're like,
yeah,
okay, we've been in this season for a minute. We got everything we are supposed to get. Like, now, what do we do?
yeah. Um, so we'll just I don't know. Uh, Especially like the heavy grinders, they have all their guns gold already. They're already max level. Like they're gonna have all these guns when season 1 Reloaded comes out. Like they will want something new to play content wise as well. And I feel like a new game in and of itself, like XDefiant's a whole new like game. Just there's no like preempt, like there's no prequel,
Yeah.
there's no sequel. It's a new
Completely new
game.
IP.
Yeah,
That's the whole reason why the submission process takes forever. Is because it's a new IP. It would be a lot shorter if they already had made a game or two.
yeah,
Uh,
but they have not. And they want it to be good, and I find that very admirable. I feel like a lot of other games should take note of
yeah,
that because like if you look at like other games and stuff like that, like we'll use Cyberpunk for example. When Cyberpunk, what is it, like 2077 or something,
yeah.
came out, like it was a piece of crap. Like it was not a good game. It was laggy, it
It
was
was pretty
buggy.
horrible, to be honest.
Yeah. And now it's like it's pretty good. Like from what I've seen, like it's a pretty good game. But it only took like what, 2 years for it to get to this point? It took like a year for them to really like fix out all the bugs and all the different things that were
Yeah.
wrong with the game to make it like one playable for some people. Like cuz some people couldn't even like drive around in cars, I feel like at one point.
The
Like
console players were really in trouble
yeah.
because like they they were the worst ones hit by the
Yeah.
disaster of the launch.
Yeah, and but like now they've kind of like smoothed things over and it's a really good game from what I've seen. I haven't played it yet. I do have it. But
Yeah, it took them a little bit to get everything fixed, but then they put out, once they got everything fixed and they got the game running in a state where
I
they
think they
felt like it
just
was good, they started putting out DLCs. Like they just put out that huge DLC this year, and
yeah, I think
um,
hold on. I think they won an award.
yeah, they won like best ongoing game or something like that.
Yeah.
Which
I'm
personally, I
looking
thought
for it.
Fortnite should have got that, but
Yeah, so it's 3 years the game's been out. Um yeah, so for the Game Awards, they got best ongoing game. Um I don't know what the other games were in that thing, but yeah, so it's yeah, they're definitely doing a lot better than they were before. I feel like now people actually are enjoying and having fun with the game. When before it was very hit or miss for a while. But yeah, so they sent out this 3 years ago today. We released Cyberpunk 2077. Since then, thanks to your feedback and support, we've transformed the game through various patches and updates into the ultimate edition you can enjoy today. None of this would have happened without you or our community. Thank you. So, yeah.
I mean, it's cool that they won best ongoing game, but I just feel like Fortnite had like one of the best years it's ever had last year. Like I
Like
feel like it should go.
and like this past like couple months. Like these past couple months for Fortnite has been insane.
Yeah, they literally like just keep breaking their player count numbers.
Mm-hmm. This far into the game, like, it, I don't know. I just this far into the game, and there's still what the game came out
Because
what like
they broke their
2018,
player count
2019,
record
2017.
uh with OG Fortnite, and then they broke their player count record again when Lego Fortnite and
Yeah,
everything came out this season.
yeah.
So it's
So
kind of crazy. I mean, it. The only thing is, like, I don't think they started doing player counts until like 2019 or 2020. So there probably were more players on back in like 2018 when it was like
2019.
blowing up. But
Yeah.
it's still really cool that so many people are playing that the player count is still that high. I mean, because this game has been out for 6 years now.
Mm-hmm. And it still just keeps the numbers just keep climbing. And
Yep.
like because they did count it in 2020, right?
I don't remember. I don't
And like
remember when they started doing live player count
because
because I
like
wasn't playing it.
um all right. Um okay. I think we should go over the Game Awards, mainly because it just happened and it's a pretty big thing in gaming. It's like the Grammys of gaming, you know, and it kind of shows how far we've come as an industry to be able to host like
Yeah,
a
the
top
Game
of the
Awards is
line,
always big every year.
yeah, like a top of the line award show for just gaming, you know, for games and players and creators. So I think we could just like go through um all these things. Let me just pull this up real quick. Okay. Um so for the game of the year, it's Baldur's Gate 3. I didn't even know that this game was a game, to be honest with you.
I honestly thought that would probably get it because of how massive the reception was for that game. I've never played it, uh, but that game came out, and I don't think a whole lot of people were like super excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
And like everybody just loves that game
Mm-hmm.
now.
Well, that's good. I only actually know like four of the games that are on here: The Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Resident Evil 4, and Marvel Spider-Man 2. But I mean, you know, kudos to them. It's outside, you know, like the main FPS too. Like it's not Fortnite. It's not Call of Duty. It's well, I don't think Call of Duty deserved
I
that
honestly thought
2023.
Spider Man could have got it.
I think so
But
too.
the only
Spider-Man,
thing I think holding back Spider Man is it's only on PlayStation. If that was on
yeah,
all platforms, I think it would have got it.
probably. The exclusivity. Best game direction was Alan Wake 2. I've heard some pretty good things about this. It looks like it's the kind of like the same couple games here up at the
Yeah, that game
top.
was highly anticipated.
Yeah.
When they announced that game, I think they announced it at like, uh, I don't remember. I think they announced it at E3 or something like that or
Hmm.
whatever. No, E3 was they did some sort of announcement for it in like May or June at some event, and it was like huge. Like everybody was excited for that game because
Yeah.
it had been like I think it had been like over a decade since the first one.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just know that it was like when they came out, like everyone was very hyped about it, and I'm glad they won. And then best narrative goes to Alan Wake 2 again. They were bringing in some.
Yeah, they were killing it.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate
They
3
were
is
killing
also
it.
up here. Marvel Spider-Man 2. They've been in all three of these have been in all three of the first three categories.
Yeah, those are arguably the biggest three games of the year.
Yeah, so um that's good. Final Fantasy was in there. Cyberpunk. And the best art direction, Alan Wake
Yeah.
2.
Dude,
So
basically the only thing Alan Wake didn't win was Game of the
yeah,
Year.
literally. Um I mean
Eliza P was in there. That looked like a good game. I
there's a
never
P.
like.
Hi-Fi Rush, Legend of Zelda, Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I mean, it makes sense that Super Mario Bros. Is up there. I mean, that's one of those games that has like stood the test of time. I feel like just like
Yeah,
Mario Bros. In general. Like I've played so many different Mario Bros. Games. Same thing with the Legend of Zelda. Like I've been playing those games
I
for
remember a lot of people
forever.
like not like it wasn't like because it was. I don't think it was because it was bad or whatever. But I just remember the only thing I've ever seen about Super Mario Bros. Wonder is like people were memeing on it, and
That's
I was like, I've never heard of this game. I was like, they
fair.
released a new Mario game.
Yeah. I also don't have like anything to play it on, right now. I only have my PlayStation and like Chris has an Xbox and then my PC, so like and that's a Nintendo game. So same thing with Legend of Zelda. I just watched
Oh yeah,
Legend
you
of
gotta have a
Zelda.
Switch.
Yeah, I just watched Legend of Zelda. I don't play it because I don't have a Switch. I want one though.
And wait till they put out the Switch 2.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Switch 2 is supposed to be so powerful that like a lot of like insiders who know about it are
Mm,
saying like that basically every AAA game studio is going to start putting games out on the Switch because the
hell
Switch
yeah.
2 is supposed to be way more powerful than the first
Well then
one.
I will just have to wait for the Switch 2 then. Save my money for that. For best score in music, it goes to Final Fantasy, which I feel like makes sense. I
That
feel
makes
like the
sense.
Final Fantasy games always have really, really good music for it. Um, Legend of Zelda was in there again, Alan Wake, Baldur's Gate 3. All makes sense on the games that are up here. I mean, I understand why Final Fantasy 1. They really do always have good music in the background of the game always. I feel like every Final Fantasy game I've either watched or played, like, it's been good. And then best audio design went to Hi-Fi Rush. I actually don't know.
I honestly don't know a single thing about that game.
No, it's by Bethesda. It says Marvel Spider-Man was in there. Resident Evil, Alan Wake 2. I feel like this one's in every single one. Best performance was Neil Newborn from Baldur's Gate 3. Just like makes sense. These were all from the top games. Um, this guy right here, the guy that played in Star Wars Jedi Survivor, he was in Shameless. Cameron Monaghan. Um, so that's pretty
I have
cool.
heard of that guy.
Yeah, he plays Ian on Shameless.
I've never watched
You should. It's a really good show.
that.
Highly recommend. But I really do like how they do this because it really does make or break a game when the like voice lines and just like the cut scenes if they're good or not uh like with like The Last of Us, like The Last of Us definitely wouldn't have been as much of a good game as it was if it weren't for like the story and the way it was told.
Yeah.
So I mean, kudos to Baldur's Gate 3. They're bringing in a lot of different awards this year.
I'm telling you, I did not hear a lot of chatter about that game before it came out, but then it
Hmm.
just exploded.
Yeah. And then for innovation and accessibility, we got Forza.
Yes,
That's
Forza
that's
1,000,000%
that's that's
deserve this one.
that's Caleb's game right there.
They have done so much for accessibility. Like, I have never seen a game where you can do this, but Forza literally makes it to where for not only for people that are like blind, they have like all kinds of assists, like sound stuff. Like if you get too close to the edge of the track or too close to a wall, it like starts making noises in your headset. They have made it to where for people who just straight up can't play video games but still want to enjoy Forza, they've made it to where you can literally just make the car drive itself.
Yeah.
Like you literally don't have to play the game.
Talk about
Like that's how good the accessibility
accessibility
is on
is.
that game.
Yeah. Um so Diablo was on there, Hi-Fi Rush again, Marvel Spider-Man, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. It makes sense that these two fighting games are on there. Um Mainly cuz like, Mortal Kombat and Street
I
Fighter.
definitely think Forza fully deserves
Oh
it because
yeah.
they have the most accessibility options I've ever seen in a video
Oh
game.
yeah. And then games for Impact. We have Tachia. I don't know what Tachia is. I've never played. Um, it's not I'm an FPS girly.
Same.
You're an FPS girly.
Yeah, I don't know none about these games.
My love. Guess what Caleb just called himself? An FPS girly. Yeah. Do you forget that I can also hear? Oh, yeah, sorry. Sean section to answer his
Riss is like,
Riss,
have you
Riss,
forgotten that I can hear? Do you think I'm deaf?
Riss asked you to check the snap that they sent you.
Oh God.
Um, anyway, so actually, let me look up this game real quick because it said the most impact, so like I want to know like what the game is about. A tropical open world adventure. Okay. Action-based game developed by, can't pronounce that. The player controls the titular character as she explores a fictional uh
It's weird because,
wow,
like,
so many
at
big
least on
words.
the surface, from what I'm seeing, all these games seem pretty similar to each other.
Yeah.
So it seems like they were almost trying to make a game to get this award.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really getting, it's on Epic Games. So, I
Oh,
think it's also on Steam.
probably a
I
PC only game.
it's on PS5 as well.
Oh,
And I think Xbox too. It's on Microsoft
I've
Windows,
never heard of
PlayStation
any of these
4,
games.
and PlayStation 5. Came out March 21st.
I actually like that's crazy. I actually didn't even know Forza got that accessibility award. I'm so happy that they
Yeah.
got that. They deserve that.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't, Games for Impact for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning and message. Like it's based off of like New
Hmm.
Caledonia, so like I feel like that's probably the aspect of it. I mean the character is a person of color, so I feel like that might be uh
Yeah.
um you can play the ukulele. Ooh, customization and items. I might have to play this game. This actually looks real fun. Um, Features. All right. Well, I'm not really getting a good gist of like what the storyline is here, but whatever. It is what it is. So that's the games for Impact. Best ongoing, Cyberpunk 2027. We already kind of talked about that. Other nominations were Apex, Fortnite, Genshin Impact, Final Fantasy. All makes sense for me personally why these were all in there. Like Apex has been really good, like a good game lately, and especially with like the kind of like the downfall of like Warzone 2 and stuff, and Warzone in general. Everyone kind of went over to Apex, and a lot of people still remain like playing Apex daily and or like do both Warzone and Apex now that Warzone is quote unquote
Honestly, I want to
back.
play Apex again.
Yeah, I mean I
I haven't
played it.
played it in a minute.
I've played it. It's a fun game. Fortnite, I feel like that one's kind of obvious why that's in there. I'm surprised they didn't win though.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Um,
I feel like Fortnite not winning these things is just voter fatigue. I feel like so many people just want to vote for Fortnite. They're like, nah, I need to
they're
vote
like,
for another
we
game.
need something else to win. Because I feel like Fortnite won a lot of awards.
Because I feel
Um,
like if it wasn't for people like consciously thinking about how big Fortnite is, it would just win every award.
mhm. And then Genshin Impact, I've never played, but I know a few people that have, and they've had a good time playing. Same thing with like Final Fantasy. That I mean that's it's Final Fantasy. I
I
mean,
mean, Final Fantasy 14, like that's from what I know, that's like the most popular Final Fantasy game because of how long it's like been supported.
mm-hmm. And then best community support would be Baldur's Gate 3, which makes sense,
That
given
makes
that
sense.
like all that stuff. Same thing with Cyberpunk, especially where the game started. Destiny 2. There's some Destiny 2
I'm kind of
diehards.
surprised Destiny didn't win that, but at the same time, Baldur's Gate 3 is just so big.
Yeah. But the thing is with Destiny 2, the people that play Destiny 2 are diehard
Oh
players.
yeah,
Like if the people
people that I remember like one of my friends, like I don't know how much he plays Destiny now, but he used to play it quite a bit, and he's got me to download it and play it, and like,
hmm
and I
they
knew
are
he was a
diehard.
diehard, but like it was fun. Like I enjoyed Destiny. I would probably play it again.
And like same thing with like No Man's Sky too. A lot of people that play No Man's Sky are like they they really
Dude, the
do.
crazy thing about No Man's Sky is the fact that it also had a really bad launch, but it
Mm,
went from having a bad launch to in like a year or two after that, it won Game of the Year.
yeah. So Best independent game would be Sea of Stars. I've never played it, so I can't really say anything, but it looks
I've never seen any of these games.
uh
Oh, I know Dave the Diver. One of my friends plays Dave the Diver,
yeah,
but I ain't heard of any of these other ones.
no. But I mean they're independent games, so they're not
Dave
like
the
big
Diver does
franchises.
look kind of cool though.
Best debut indie game, Cocoon.
Oh, Pizza Tower. That sounds like a fun game.
Yeah, it does.
That just makes me hungry.
Venba, it was also nominated for the Impact one, I think too. Sucks that they didn't win.
True.
But Cocoon. Keep going. Best mobile game. Got Final Fantasy. Hello Kitty Island Adventure is on there.
Oh my god, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Darling, there's a game. For Hello
That's
Kitty
funny.
game. For your phone called Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Yeah, and it almost won Best Mobile Game.
And it almost won Best Mobile Game. That doesn't surprise me. Hello Kitty's best. Hello Kitty is
That's
best.
crazy. Honestly, I'm surprised COD Mobile's not on
Me
there.
too.
COD Mobile's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
they've made a lot of improvements to it in the last year.
Like I think I sent you like a video of like one of the cosmetics that they just added in COD Mobile. Like some of the stuff they have in that game is insane.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I wish they would have like the cosmetics in there. Best VR/AR, virtual reality or augmented reality.
Ooh.
The winner was Resident Evil Village VR mode.
I'm surprised Gran Turismo 7 didn't get that one, to be honest.
This makes sense because the amount of times I saw this woman on TikTok, this particular woman in general.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing, putting that as a
Oh yeah, they're like, oh, let's remind people what they watched in this game, and it was this woman right here. You played Gran Turismo 7, right?
I never played in VR, but I know that game is probably amazing in VR because that game as a sim racing game is already pretty good. And I know in VR, it's probably like the experience is probably insane.
Oh, yeah. I need to get me a VR. I just need to, I don't know. Best action game, Armored Core.
I know a lot of people like that game. I never played it, but like a lot of people were excited about that game.
I snoozed your ads for 5 minutes. You're welcome.
We already subbed, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's true. Dead Island 2 was nominated. Ghost Runner 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Remnant 2. A lot of 2s in here.
I remember a lot of people were excited for Dead Island 2, but like I remember people posting like early gameplay of it, like because some creators got invited to play it.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And then like I never heard a word after that.
I didn't even realize it released.
I saw like a lot of my favorite like COD creators posted like one random Dead Island 2 video because they got invited to play it, and then I never heard anything else.
I didn't even know it released actually. Anyway, so that's where we're at right now, I guess. Best action/adventure, freaking Legend of Zelda. Let's go.
Yeah,
the way it should be. Alan Wake was also.
I've heard a lot of really good things about Tears of the Kingdom.
I love Legend of Zelda so much.
That makes a lot of sense.
One of like my core memories from my childhood was like my sister, so my older sister, she's like 8 years older than me, and she's a really big. She got me into Legend of Zelda. Same thing with like Kingdom Hearts. And she played this, and I remember when we upgraded their controllers to be interactive with this game, so you had to go out and buy a controller to be able to play this game, and it was like had like this special thing in it or whatever. Yeah, and so we could play it.
I do think that Star Wars Jedi Survivor might have got it if it didn't have such a bad launch, because I heard that game had a bad launch.
Yeah, I mean, like I was really hyped for it. I love Star Wars Jedi games. Like I have the couple of the Star Wars games that were like free on like.
I just heard it was like really hard to run. Like that was like that was during the time when like a lot of games were getting released that would barely run on PC but would run fine on console. Gotcha. And everybody was basically just like, if you have a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, do not buy Jedi Survivor on PC. Buy it on there and play it because it's way better.
Alan Wake 2 is here again. That makes sense. Spider-Man 2 makes sense. Resident Evil 4 makes sense. All these make sense. Best RPG, Baldur's Gate 3. Makes sense. Starfield was in there. Um,
I'm a little
Congratulations to them.
surprised Starfield didn't get it, but Baldur's Gate 3 was so big. I
Well,
mean,
Starfield was like the first game like Bethesda put out that was like its own independent.
yeah, that was the first like new Bethesda IP in like
Yeah,
20 years. So
without
that's
it being like
crazy.
Fallout or whatever. So the fact that they that did so well, I feel like it's accomplishment in and of itself. Um, then best fighting game, Street Fighter 6. Nickelodeon All Star Brawl 2 is in there. Oh my god. I used to have this Nickelodeon like MLB game. So you can freaking like be like Patrick and like step up to the plate and like hit a home run. Ugh. God of Rock was on there. Mortal Kombat. Pocket Bravery, I don't know that one. Probably a mobile game or something. Best family for the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. Super Mario Bros. Won that. Party Animals was on there though.
Oh, dude, I wish Party Animals would have got that because I have not played Party Animals, but it looks so fun.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I played Gang Beasts and it looks like that, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I want to play it.
Sonic Superstars was voted like was nominated, but I mean it makes sense. Super Mario was that. I mean it's Super Mario. Like
Hey, Mario won something. So.
yeah, that's true. Best Sims strategy game, Pikmin 4. Never played.
I've never heard of any of these games.
Yeah. We also the FPS. I think I've played. I think I've heard Company of Heroes, just not 3.
Oh, let's go.
Best
I
sports
saw that.
racing,
Yeah,
Forza.
dude, listen, Forza, they're like single player, like their like career kind of mode that they have is not good. I don't really like it. I think it sucks. But the online racing in that game, it 1,000,000% makes up for that.
That's
The online racing in that game is the most fun that I've had on a racing game in
mm-hmm.
forever. It is so fun to just race online.
Yeah. I love how the only so it's like best sports and like um best sports and best race like best sports slash racing. 4 of them are racing games and one of them is like I think that's like
That's
the
because sports games are just like honestly, I'm surprised that EA Sports like FC, which used to be FIFA,
mm,
like I'm surprised that got it and not like NBA 2K24. Like I
yeah.
figured that might get it. I'm just surprised because like honestly, sports games like the only game that I've seen that seems to be improving a ton is like 2K's been improving recently, but like it just feels like last like
It's
ever
just
since like the PS4 generation started, like sports games just are basically the same thing for
yeah.
$70 each year.
It's just like the same thing, just different players.
So it fully makes sense that the racing games are getting it because the racing games seem to be like racing games
Improving.
recently have been like it seems like every new racing game is improving.
There's a Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 game.
I didn't even play the first one. There's a second one.
Yeah.
Dude, I need to play the first one then so I can play that one. Because I heard that the first one was really good. So if the second one's getting nominated for an award, I need to get on that.
Yeah. All right. Next one is Best Multiplayer, sponsored by Discord. Dun, 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 dun.
Sponsored by Discord. I like that.
That's what we're using right now. Is Discord. Baldur's Gate 3 won another one. They've got like a couple in the bag right now. They're like 3 or
Diablo
4.
4? I thought Diablo would probably get that one.
Yeah,
I
Party
figured that people would
Animals.
get tired of Baldur's Gate 3 and be like, hey, we need to give it something else.
We need to give something else, yeah. Street Fighter 6, Super Mario Bros.
Dude, that's what's going to happen next year. Next year, Baldur's Gate's going to get nominated for some of these rewards they didn't get this year because it's a new game. And then people are not going to vote for it because they voted for it so much
Yeah.
this year.
Best Adaption, The Last of Us. Let's go.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. This is like game to movie or game to another entertainment
really
medium. Casanova, Gran Turismo, the Super
that
Mario
reminds me,
Bros.
I need to
movie.
watch the Gran Turismo movie. I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
I heard it's
Twisted
pretty good.
Metal. What is Twisted Metal of?
It was a game, but I don't remember. I've never played it. I think it was a racing game.
I don't know, but I did watch.
But it was
The
like
Last
an
of Us.
arcade racing game. It was like Need for Speed type racing game.
But I did watch The Last of Us, and it was delightful.
I have heard that it's good.
It was
Only
delectable.
reason why I haven't watched the show is because I don't play the games, but I feel like I might not need to. I feel like I should just watch it.
Yeah, you should. It's good. It's pretty much the same thing as the game. They add like a couple different things and take a couple different things out. It's not like too much different though.
I
Unlike,
mean, I watched Erica play the first one, so that might help me.
oh yeah, I have both of them. So, and I love them dearly. Uh, I played the first one over the summer.
Yeah, it was funny because
Most
Erica really wanted to play it when she got her PS5, and I was like, "Don't play that game."
yeah. Most anticipated game goes to Final Fantasy. Makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Star Wars Tekken 8. Oh, Tekken. There's a new Tekken game.
Yeah,
I love
I
Tekken.
remember a lot of people were excited for that one.
Like a
I didn't even
dragon,
know there was
Hades
a new
2.
Star Wars game, so
I didn't either, to be honest with you. I thought the other one was the new one.
dude, yeah, because Jedi Survivor only came out like last year, I think.
Mhm.
Like, I wonder if that's under like a different developer or something, because that's insane if they put out another game in a year.
Yeah. So the content creator of the year was Iron Mouse.
Okay.
I've only heard of like two people on this list, Cypher because of Fortnite and Quackity because of Minecraft.
Honestly, I'm surprised that like one of those two didn't get it, but
Yeah. I just
I
never
don't
heard of
know.
my Iron Mouse. I really don't know who they
I've
are.
never
I
heard
don't.
of any of those other people. I only knew those. I only knew Cypher and Quackity
Yeah.
too.
So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're really good. There's a lot of creators that I don't know. Best esports game, Valorant. That makes sense. That makes sense. Valorant esports is it's a good watch. Other ones on there,
How
Counter
did
Strike.
PUBG Mobile get on there? What?
PUBG Mobile is still like kicking.
I
Um,
mean, I've heard that it's good, but like
because we
a
almost
mobile game getting esports, like hello.
because a few years ago I tried starting my own org called Rage Clan, and like these guys they came up to me. They played like PUBG Mobile in like India, and they
Wow.
wanted like us to like sponsor them. Little tone fact for you. League of Legends. That's always League of Legends always is a good esports. I feel like best
I
esports.
am not really surprised at all that CS2 didn't get it. I mean,
Yeah,
CS2 was hyped, but that game has had nothing but like drama since it launched.
yeah. So best esport athlete went to Faker. He plays League of Legends. There's also a CS:GO player, Valorant
That
player.
makes sense. He's
Hydro was in
extremely
there.
popular. He's definitely the most popular like esports player.
I don't know why Hydra was the one for Call of Duty. I mean, like I know he's like a good player
Because
and
he was a
everything.
champion, he was an MVP.
That's
I
fair.
mean, he was definitely one of the best players.
And then an Apex Legends player too, another League of Legends player. Okay, it does make sense. Best esports team, Evil Genius, Fnatic, them Gators, JD Gaming won it. I've never actually heard of JD Gaming. Out of all, I've heard of all four of these. JD, not JB.
Gaming Gladiators, dude, they should have won just off of the name.
Yeah. I wish Optic was in here. You know.
I think they were running for it. Maybe they didn't get enough votes.
Damn. They should have.
EG, I
Fnatic
feel
though.
like EG would have
Fnatic.
got it though.
Fnatic and EG, they're
Fnatic's
pretty
big too.
good. Yeah. But I mean, good for them. You know. Best esports coach, Potter. Yes. Women represent.
Potter.
Women represent. It was the only woman that was on there for Valorant, Counter Strike, Overwatch, League of Legends. The only woman won it, and that's how it should be. I'm just kidding. That's the person that deserves it should get it, but I'm glad that she
Dude,
did.
where's Cinder and Daryl, man?
I don't know. Not here, I
They
guess.
should have been nominated.
They're not good enough, I guess.
They won a Call of Duty championship with New York.
It's true. Best esport event, League of Legends World Championships. That makes sense. League of Legends like events or
Ooh, Evo was on there. Sheesh,
yeah.
that's crazy.
Same thing with like Dota 2. I always forget how big Dota 2 is. You know?
Well, Dota 2's so big with the international because of the prize pool. The prize pool's always outrageous for that.
Yeah. I just forget how big it is. Like I forget that it's a game sometimes. But I understand why I went to the League of Legends World Champs because like League of Legends I feel like is always like they always put on a show.
League of Legends, like I don't hear anything about League of Legends until Worlds, but Worlds is always the biggest event in the world
in gaming period
for esports. Like
yeah.
like every time Worlds happens, it is like everybody's eyes are on it.
like not even just like esports in general, but I feel like in gaming in general, I feel like that's like the biggest event. No. Ooh, kill it.
Like if I never hear a single word about League of Legends until Worlds, I hear everything about League of Legends when Worlds is on.
Yeah. And that's it. That's all the winners.
And we spent like half an hour going through
I
that.
know.
That's crazy.
I knew it was a good pick. I wasn't anticipating doing that, but I saw it on Twitter and I was like, oh, we got to do this.
That was fun.
Yeah. I'm glad Forza won quite a bit. That was good.
Dude, yeah, Forza man, like they've like there might be some other issues with the game, but as far as accessibility goes and like how fun their multiplayer is, like they knocked it out of the park. That game's fantastic.
Oh yeah. From what I've seen, I've never played it, but from what I've seen, you know. Also, currently going on right now is the Optic 200K kickoff for Warzone. The Monday they had the solos. I watched it. It was so good because it's not just like competitive Warzone players. It's like content creators from like different games and content creators from Call of Duty in general. And let me tell you, the first game that happened, the way that the guy won, so he was like behind a fence or whatever in like an enclosure or whatever, and he kind of had like the advantage of like the gas, and he stayed in the gas in that building with his gas mask. Then his gas mask broke. Then he got downed, but as soon as he downed, the gas came back, so he's able to self-res. And then there's a guy like underneath him, but he had to like go into the gas to get up and out because that was the only way. And so he died to the gas. The first guy won. And I think Skullface ended up winning 2 of the matches.
Yeah, Skullface ended up taking that, which makes sense. Skullface is literally the best solo player in the world. Like he literally won the solo YOLO this year for at the actual World Series of Warzone. So I definitely like when I saw him on the list, I was like, yeah, he's probably got it. Like
and like the thing is like the stakes, like the people playing won 20 grand if they won.
Mm-hmm.
And he won twice, so he won $40,000.
Dude, because he wins everything. Like he won the solo YOLO last year. He almost won World Series of Warzone again. He won him and his like trio he plays with won the trios for World Series of Warzone at Vanguard. Like they're insane.
Yeah. And so today they're doing the trios.
I would definitely watch out for Skullface and his trio because they are genuinely like I think they are the best Warzone players.
But it was just
you don't hear a lot about those guys, but when they play together in a tournament, they are like almost unbeatable.
They're dominant for sure. It's got me itching to play. Unfortunately, I am studying. This has been my gaming break for the podcast.
Also, you want to talk about like something I saw a couple days ago you want to talk about Apex players. 2 players on Optic's Apex team have been playing Warzone.
Oh yeah,
and they look pretty good at the game. Like I think they should compete. I think they should try to win some tournaments because they look pretty good. They literally won their first game that they ever played.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they have to like put Apex first, mainly because they're like contracted players both in the league and with Optic. But I mean, it's a BR at the end of the day. Like BRs, like if you're good at one BR, the probability of you being good at another one is pretty high. They all kind of run the same basic, I guess, the same basic rotations, pushing, not pushing, calling out different things, landing, loading up, moving out, rotating into certain areas, that kind of stuff. But so as long as you have like decent gun skill, like if you have good gun skill in one game,
I mean, I feel like they play Apex competitively, so I feel like it won't take them long to get that down.
No, I feel
it'll be a little bit different in COD, but
like the way like the different like things too, because like you don't have like abilities like you do in Apex. Like Apex, you can just like like Portal, you know.
I mean, you have field upgrades in COD, but those don't do anything
No,
like
they
what the
really
Apex
don't. No,
abilities
they
do.
don't. Nothing close. Like a freaking like the Call of Duty like field upgrades is like throwing a freaking like frag grenade in Apex. Like
Yeah, dude, like let's pop dead silence so we can make our let's pop our dead silence so we can make our footsteps silent.
yeah, literally.
And then like in Apex, it's like, oh, we can literally just portal and create walls and freaking throw smokes and see people through them. And
And then like put down this like tornado like thing that sends them up into the air. Like the abilities in that game are insane. I love it. It makes it very interesting to watch because you're like, you know, like, oh, this guy could definitely outgun this other person, but they're gonna throw this like ability into the mix and like um make it a little bit more interesting. Um but yeah. I think they can do pretty well if they wanted to play like casually. I do think that they if they were to switch to Warzone, I feel like they would just have to like full switch to Warzone because it's one of those things. It's a game that you have to dedicate a lot of time to if you're gonna compete on that kind of type of level. Because there's people like Swag who play like 12 hours a day. You
I
know,
don't know, man.
Swag isn't even one of the best ones. Like
I
he's
don't
like
know,
up
man.
there, but he's not
I
up
don't know
there.
if he was a pro, but that Daltouche guy that Scump and them have been playing with used to play Apex like all the time.
Yeah,
And he fully switched to Warzone like middle of last year, and he is pretty freaking good.
yeah. Well, that's the thing though, is like they would have to make the full switch from Apex to Warzone to compete at that level. They could compete at the level, but I don't think they could win if they
Well, I
made
mean,
the
look
full
at people
switch.
like Nick Merckx. Like Nick Merckx played a lot of Apex for a while, then he
Yeah,
started playing Warzone, and he's kind of like just been really good at both.
yeah. But that's Nick Merckx. The man's is a fucking
Yeah, Nick Merckx is kind of crazy because
yeah.
like he was a Gears of War pro. He was good at that.
Mhm.
He went to play Fortnite, and he was basically like the only controller player in like every tournament he played, and he was winning. Like
Yeah,
he was insane. So he's
yeah.
kind of he can get really good at any game he plays.
Well, it comes down to like just pure like genetic skill, I think, and like just like the way that you because sometimes that you get like more natural skill in certain areas than others, like with like Kenny from like Optic, like
That's
he's
true.
very good at like strategizing and
Kenny
he
is
like
so smart, man. That
yeah,
guy literally was gonna get a chemistry degree, like,
yeah,
bro.
like the man was going to college to get a bachelor's in science and I think he was going to keep going to, but he was just like
He
not
was
too good at
literally going into like biochemistry and
yeah,
engineering,
yeah.
and the man just wanted to play COD.
He's just like, you know, I could, you know, like work and like be like a NASA engineer, but I want to play video games instead, actually. I mean, he probably ended up making more money in the long run anyway. I mean, like, he gets to play video games for a living. And,
Yeah,
I mean, like, the man's has played on, like, some really great
I mean he's really
rosters.
good. He's a world champion. He's a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
He's won multiple events.
He's on Optic now,
Um,
which I feel like is a pretty. I mean, he was on Optic before, but he was on Optic when Optic was an Optic. Like, back when it was OGLA. So, um, I feel like it's I don't know, but he's freaking smart. I feel like his skill can translate into to another game just based on the fact that he's just his
there's a lot of people that can do that. Like
yeah his game sense.
I know. Like anytime there's a new like shooter game, Karma goes and plays it. And he's really
Mm.
good.
It's all about
Um,
game sense because like I know a couple guys like Sloth like he's
yeah,
good at like every game he plays.
Sloth is really good.
Same thing
Yeah.
with this friend Caillou. Like he's good at every game. Like the Caillou he touches a game, he's instantly like amazing. Like he was like remember when Fall Guys was like really big like in the beginning of the game?
Yeah.
He was like the leader of like wins for a while. Like he had the most wins in the world for a while.
Dude, there's a lot of people that are good at that. It's like when Fortnite was blowing up, I remember um Illy who had not who was not a COD pro yet.
Mhm.
Everybody knew about him, but he was too young to be a COD pro. He couldn't play in the league.
Mhm.
Back when Fortnite was blowing up in like 2018, I remember like Illy had never played the game. He played it for like 3 days and went out and won a $10,000 tournament.
Yeah. Like it you have to have like it's not as simple as it was like 20 years ago where if it was like you could just play the game more than like an hour or two a week and you'd be okay. You'd be able to hold your own. Like now, like these people, all they do is they live, breathe Call of Duty. They live, breathe these games. Like they live, breathe gaming in general. Like they wake up, especially the ones where they don't like their job is gaming. Like people that have like other jobs, like obviously they go to their job and then they come back, but when they come back they game. They're up till 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, go to bed, sleep for a couple hours, wake up, go to work, rinse and repeat. I mean, that's not healthy, obviously. But like I lived that life for a while, and I was freaking good because like that's all I was doing was playing the game. I'd play like
Yeah.
8 to 12 hours of Warzone a day.
Well, and
You
that's how I
know?
feel about like Fortnite because like for I played Fortnite quite a bit when I got back into it like a few months ago, but for the last like couple of months I really haven't been playing it. But recently I've been playing it a lot more with my friends, and I've seen immediate improvement.
Yeah, like you just
Like
had
at
like
first I was kind of lost, couldn't really shoot straight. Now I'm kind of killing it
yeah.
now. Like I'm getting back into it.
Same thing with me in like Call of Duty. Like now that I've been playing kind of like on a consistent basis, I'm starting to get a lot better because I was editing
Yeah.
my first gold video the other day and I was watching some like my gameplay and I was like, damn, I suck. Like I'm
Well,
actually
dude,
trash.
I don't know. Like I don't know if this happens with you, but like I know this happened with COD and it happened with XDefiant in the past. It'll probably happen when XDefiant comes out. But like anytime I play a new game or a game I've never played, like or a game like COD or XDefiant that I haven't played in a while, and I go back and play it, like the first like day or so, like I'm horrible. Like I'm getting slammed. But then like something will happen, like I have one good game or make a good play or something, and a switch flips and I just start frying.
I mean, period. I mean, that's the way I've been on meat. I've been really enjoying meat, guys.
You've been all over that meat.
I've been all over it. I've been frying up that meat, all right?
Dude, we've been on the podcast for almost an hour and we haven't talked about CDL yet.
I know. It's just we got into the GameAwards, and then like Apex. Yeah, it was this whole thing. But I do want to talk about meat real quick. It is like one of the newer like it's probably one of the best new games that they've added to like new maps that they've added to the game. I feel like as far as like smaller
My
maps
opinion is
goes.
it plays better than Rust.
Yeah, like
I think it plays better.
it's a small map. It's very
It's a small map, but it's still like you still kind of have to take routes and
yeah,
stuff. Like
yeah.
it is chaotic and it is small, but it's also like there's a little bit of breathing room and
Mm,
time for you to just
yeah.
relax for a second
There's not
sometimes.
some guy sitting up at the top of the freaking thing
Yeah, I
sniping
like
three
that there's
quarters
not
of the map.
a lot of verticality on the
No, it's
map.
very
Like
there's
there's
a
a
lot of
little bit, but it's not bad.
no, and there's there's cover, you have
Yeah, there's
um
cover, there's rooms you can go into, there's
mhm,
different lanes, there's
there's
routes. Like
doors.
it feels like if shipment had more structure.
I feel like there's a lot like the points are a lot better too, like in domination and hard point. Like I feel like they're in good spots. Like they make sense where they're at. And they're very playable.
Yeah,
I
I'm so
feel
glad the Dom flag is in that one little like room instead of
yeah.
like in that hallway.
Yeah, that
If
would
it was
be
in that hallway, nobody's ever
nope.
capping that
Nope.
flag.
Nope. But there's a hard point in that hallway. And
Yeah,
you really have to set yourself up well to be able to hold that, or it's a very like scrappy hill where people just get a couple seconds here, a couple seconds there. Um, but
dude,
I've been
I've
like,
been saying this. I don't know why they don't do this. They did it for All Star at like World War II, I think.
mm,
I wish they would do it now, but I wish that they would like for like when they do the CDL All Star stuff. I wish they would play like these tiny maps. Like I wish we
yeah,
could get like a meat hard point.
yeah, that'd
Like
be
it would be so fun.
insane,
Because I remember like
insane.
in during the All Star thing they did at World War II, they played a search and destroy on shipment, and it
Mm.
was just so insane. Like rounds would end in like 20 seconds.
um, but like I don't know, I really just enjoy the map. Like I feel like it's a really great addition to the game. Like I don't think I've actually been like this like about a new map coming into the game. I don't think I've been this like I don't think I've liked it as much as this
Oh,
one.
it's really good. I've also heard good things about Greece too.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that like Greece is like a little big, for a map, but I've heard that the pros are thinking about putting it in the competitive rotation. Like I've
Nice.
heard that there's a possibility it could be a competitive map.
Yeah, I've been playing Meat 24/7 and Warzone pretty much strictly. And then every time
What? That's basically been me.
Strictly grinding meat? Yeah.
Meat 24/7 in Warzone.
Yeah, I'm strictly on the meat, my love. Riss has a very disgusted look on their face.
Why have you betrayed me?
Like Saturday night I streamed and I played Meat 24/7 and
hopping on that meat.
And I was just like, you know, I really do enjoy meat. And then I'm like, oh, you should have said that.
I thought you were a part-time vegan.
I know. It's literally what I told her bio. And I'm freaking gay. Like, I'm gay. Like, I am 100% anti dick.
I thought you were gonna say anti-men, and I was like, bro.
No, what? I'm not anti-men per se. Like, I don't hate men. I am. I mean, there are, like, as a whole, maybe, because, like, the whole patriarchy and misogyny and, like, the oppression. Every single man other than Hosier and Noah. But there's a select few men out there that I'm like, oh, yeah, you're cool. Hank, yes. Hank is Riss's cat. He's our little man. He's like, he's not really little. He's like a 25-pound cat. He's 25 pounds.
That's a big cat.
Yeah. He's not a little man. He's a big boy. Baby, he's 25 pounds. And what about it?
Dude, cats 25 rarely go over 20. My dog is only like 20.
Deception said his dog is only 20 pounds. Embarrassing. Riss said that.
My dog is like low-key kind of fat and she's only like 20. Like, oh my god, he's 25. I should
send you a picture of Hank in comparison to Riss, and Riss is like 5'2", 5'3".
I think I've seen it.
Have I sent it to you?
I think y'all did send me one.
Oh, well, I'll send you another one just for reference. But, what was I saying? Brain work. Please. I might have sent it to you.
Yeah, dude, that's a big cat. Well, he's got a big head.
Yeah. He's
that boy's got like that boy's got the Josh head.
The Josh head.
Yeah, remember in Drake and Josh when everybody made fun of Josh's head size?
Yeah.
He's got the Josh head, bro. Damn. His head might be bigger than Riss's.
It's close. Did you just throw your phone on the floor? On purpose. Shit, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so Call of Duty. But yeah, I've been really enjoying like having quick scoping again. I'm using an MW2 weapon though.
Tony, you gotta pick up the longbow. That thing's
well, the thing is like I gotta do my gold gun grind, you know, and.
Did I send you that clip that where I missed that feed?
Yeah.
Dude, it was a triple headshot. I missed the fourth breath.
Like I need to go back through and clip my stream from Saturday night because I was hitting some fucking clips. Like I was on a merciless with my sniper on me.
Dude, you gotta use the longbow. You gotta put that thing on and level it up because it is so fun when you get it leveled and it's like really fast.
I will. I'm excited. I'm having a great time playing Call of Duty, and I haven't been able to say that for a while.
Pick up the longbow and start sniping. We can have our 1v1 on Rust.
Oh, that's true. Or we should be 1v1 on Meat.
Maybe. I don't know. Rust might be more fun since it's more open. Like I feel like a Meat, like it would be hard for us to find each other sometimes.
I don't know. Depends on the size of Meat.
Oh.
Size does indeed matter.
True. And we're glad that this one is small.
Yeah. Sorry, Riz and I are just having a conversation aside the mic. Anyway. I don't know what was I gonna say. I don't know. Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? And there's a free access weekend coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
free access
December
weekend.
14th through the 18th,
Yep.
tomorrow through Sunday.
Yep. So if you guys are Call of Duty lovers and you have been not impressed by the past few years, go ahead and hop on this weekend, see what you think. Maybe get it
I
for
already
yourself.
got a couple of people on the free access train.
All right, is
So,
Erica gonna play?
I don't know, but I could ask her.
I think we should all play.
I don't know if she would. I don't know if she would. I don't know how much space she has to download it, but
That's true. Because we could all play. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could all play. That's all I'm saying.
True.
But so if you guys want to play want to play some Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, see what the multiplayer is about. So you're having a good time on Warzone, you want to level up some guns. That's a good time to do that as well.
One of the big things about the free access weekend is zombies is included. You get to play zombies for free.
Yep. So if you want to like do a little exploration of the map,
Exploitation.
Yeah. If you're a Warzone grinder and you want to like take a look at a couple places, try it out on zombies. There's no PvP, it's just you against the zombies. So give that a go.
It's just you and against the zombies and some occasional annoying bots.
For free, I'll download it for sure. Yeah, I'm out. Like literally, dude. Like I think it's all weekend, the 14th through the 18th. So.
It's the 14th through the 18th, so I'm pretty sure it's like tomorrow through like Monday.
Nah, I don't know. Yeah, actually, that does sound about right, date wise. Cause like the Wednesday's the 20th, it's Tuesday the 19th. Yep, Monday's the 18th. So, just so you guys are aware, don't worry.
The Dune Trial of Power event just went live.
You did?
Yeah, so you get, they literally have events set up for every week of the season.
Yeah, they do.
We're gonna get a new event with a new award every week.
I'm excited, dude. I love the events. The camos have been sick. Used to play ATS.
There's a camo for this one.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm looking for it.
I've collected them all. This is like a Pokemon situation.
Ooh, that looks kind of nice.
This is a Pokemon situation. I repeat. I gotta collect them all. All right.
True.
And I don't know, I'm really enjoying the fact that they have so many events. It's making me want to play a little bit,
Dude, I honestly, like, if they keep this up, like, I want to see MW3 in the best community game for GameAwards next year.
Yeah.
Because
or at least
their level of community support this year so far has been
really good.
Like, far above the last few years.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I'll definitely be playing. My last final is like my last in-person final is Friday at noon. So until then I will be studying, so you will not be seeing me on Call of Duty, unfortunately. But I'm gonna try to get the other two finals that I have to do. They're due Tuesday. I can do them whenever. So I'm gonna try to get them done before then. So Monday and Tuesday I can grind a little bit. And then before I pack up my PC for a day or two.
Yeah.
Get the dailies done, some weeklies done, Dune challenges done.
Yeah, you gotta get those weekly challenges done. Cause I think there's another camo for doing all the season 1 challenges.
Yeah.
And there's aftermarket parts for every one of them.
Yeah.
The first aftermarket part is a conversion kit for the rival SMG that turns into a 3-round burst AR.
Nice.
I know there's a conversion kit for a pistol for the revolver that turns it into a semi-auto like marksman rifle type thing.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cool ones coming.
Oh yeah. And then kind of getting to this last topic, we'll kind of touch on it pretty quick, because we're already over an hour. But so the CDL, they are now exclusively on YouTube. They announced it like 2 days before the season it started this past weekend, which is very frustrating for a lot of people, mainly because Scump and Zuma, they do watch parties, and a lot of other creators do too, but these are the two like the biggest ones, former professional like champions in Call of Duty.
The breakdown and the flank, the two biggest shows outside of the CDL.
Yeah. So and honestly, like they brought in a lot of viewers for the CDL last year. Like I feel like a lot of
like once Scump retired, like he was getting like 100,000 people in his watch
Yeah,
parties.
like he was getting more
Like
than the CDL,
like COD League was getting like 180, 200K viewers.
and he was getting
Like when he
100.
was playing, but then when he was doing their watch parties, they were getting like 300K.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
I think they peaked at like 330K or something like that last
yeah.
year.
And they moved to YouTube, and now the boys can't stream on Twitch, so they're gonna have to stream on YouTube. Luckily, this comes after like TwitchCon where they announced multi-streaming. But some
They
people
can
have,
stream the watch parties, but they have to be like full face cam for the watch party.
yeah,
They
they
cannot
can't
show
show any
gameplay.
gameplay at
And
all.
like the big kicker is I don't know what's up with this exclusivity contract or CDL's trying to get their money or what. But now they cannot review matches and show
Mm-mm.
gameplay
Nope.
on Twitch.
Nope.
Which they could do that before with the old YouTube contract for years. They did that before, no issue.
Mm-hmm.
Now with this new one, they can't.
So I find that interesting. I feel like it's gonna hurt the CDL. I feel like if they were to stream on both platforms, no exclusivity contract, um, and to allow people to kind of like do watch parties and stuff like that, I feel like
Yeah.
that would be, because you would still have eyes on the league. You would still have people buying the merch that you get cuts of. You'd still
You'd
have
have more
teams.
eyes than you have now.
Yeah, and that's what they want. That's what we need as like a community of just
Yeah.
gamers in general and esports in general. Is we just need people to watch. We need eyes on these things. We need to prove that this is something worth someone's time and energy. And if things are going on the decline like they have been, like no one's gonna really take us seriously anymore. Like people took us really seriously starting in 2020, but that's just because we were the only like entertainment industry
Yeah.
in some sort of sport like competition that was still going through the pandemic, because all like the NFL was shut down, the NBA, all these other different things were shut down, but
Nope.
gaming still thrived. Like gaming was growing faster than ever, and now it's kind of hit this point where it's like, okay, people can play their sports again, so like gaming, it's not the only option, but we're losing all that growth that was gained through that, through like the pandemic and everything, and all
It
like the
just tells
recognition.
me that they're just trying to get money because
Yep.
CDL's on the way out. Because
Yep.
there is no there is no reason why they initially only did stuff on Twitch and then they started multi-streaming it last year and then and they got so many more viewers, so
Mm-hmm.
many more eyes on the CDL, and then all of a sudden they're just like, "Oh, we're gonna take this YouTube contract, and
No.
now we have way less viewers, and we're like making serious conflicts with our creators. There's really no other reason than they want to get their money because CDL's on the way out.
Yeah. Well, especially in like today's day and age, like having like creators around your game is what makes the game what it is. It's what makes the leagues what they are, is like the creators that bring in new eyes, because say I like playing Call of Duty, didn't know the CDL existed really that much. Like I kind of saw the skins and I was like, what's that? And then I like was on YouTube and I saw Scump drop like he was like dropping 3 nukes in 3 different games in a row or whatever, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. And then I subscribed to Scump, watch more of his videos, see that he was a professional Call of Duty player, see that he like is now retired and watches Call of Duty. Like people want other people's opinions on what's going on. It's like human nature.
Dude, and now Octane's on the flank, and they have
Yeah.
so many personalities on there that it's just
Yes.
like you have so many personalities that people used to watch them because they were in the league, and now they're retired, so people can watch them even more.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And like people want, like especially like the diehard like CDL fans and just like professional, like want to be professional Call of Duty players or just competitive players in general. Like they want to know what these world champions are saying about the game. They want to know what their opinion is, because they're like, oh, well, Scum thinks that this was a good play, so let's use it in our next scrim, or
yeah,
like
it's insane how much insight Scum brought to
yeah,
those watch parties because yeah, the flank was great with their watch parties and stuff, but Scump has a whole nother level
yeah,
of understanding of competitive Call of Duty because he was calling out stuff that people were doing minutes before it happened.
Yep.
Like he would call something out and it would happen exactly how it happened, and everybody would just be like, "What?"
Yep. I mean, there's a reason why he was called like the GOAT, is because, you know, he knows Call of Duty very well, and competitive Call of Duty very well, and you know, it's one of those things that's like, and now he's not making his living, and he, how to explain this? So like, you know, like Hex had them do the whole content creation thing, so when they were ready to retire, they could fall back on it, and he did it perfectly, like the poster child for it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he's the biggest, like subscriber wise. He's the biggest creator. Like he's the biggest like pro player that was a creator. And not
Other than
only
like
has
Summit.
he, it's not like he just got there in the last year after he retired. He was there literally since like Black Ops 2. Like
Mm-hmm.
the only person that ever really competed with him was Nate Shot, and then like once he surpassed Nate Shot, it's like nobody ever got close.
No. Well, I mean, there's like from different games, but I feel like Call of Duty wise, he's definitely the biggest. You know, because there's like Nick Merckx and like Summit 1G, like.
Dude, it makes you wonder like how many other games could rise to the level of popularity
Mm-hmm.
like COD if people had more creators.
Oh yeah.
Because like I was watching something last night and it made me think about this now, but I saw a TikTok clip of Ninja on an episode of Family Feud from like 2015. And like Steve Harvey asked him what he did, and he was like, "I'm a professional video game player. I play video games." And Steve Harvey was like, "Are you good at it?" And he was like, "Yeah, I think I'm one of the best Halo players in the
Mm-hmm.
game." And like Ninja back then was like one of the only people making content on
Mm-hmm.
Halo,
Yep.
like not just streaming but making actual videos.
Yep.
And like it just makes me wonder, like if a lot of the people that are playing Halo now did that, like Halo could be way bigger than it
Oh,
is.
for sure. Oh yeah. I feel like that's like a missing aspect is the content side of it, because we're in this like age of content creation where everybody wants to know every bit of what's going on. And they want to know what guns to run, what plays are good, like. Uh,
Well, and I think that's why like Halo didn't really catch on with viewers, and
mm-hmm.
why a lot of people are playing it, but a lot of people aren't watching it, is because people basically only stream Halo.
Yeah.
Like you don't really look up YouTube videos and see Halo pros posting like these are the best strats for this map, or posting like rank play,
Yeah.
gameplay and stuff like that. You don't see people doing that. And
No.
I think that's why
It's missing
Halo has
something.
like seriously fallen off in viewership, but a lot of people are still playing it.
I feel like it's something that they're missing. I feel like it's a crucial part, because like even like the world championships, they had a lot of viewers, right? And it made a lot of people want to play the game again, because that's the kind of thing. You see
Yeah.
someone playing the game and you're like, "Oh my god, that looks so much fun. I want to go play. I
Yeah,
have the
but then
game. Let me
after
go play it."
champs and nobody's posting videos, so
Yeah.
it's like, well, I wanted to play this game, but now nobody's posting videos on it, so I have
Yeah.
not seen it anymore.
Yeah, literally. It's like in you know, as like a lower level creator, like we could take advantage of that, right? Like,
I feel like that's the whole thing about XDefiant is like,
yeah.
I feel like if we jump on it, like
If we jump on
we
it
could
quick,
really.
yeah.
Well, I've even seen it with people already because there's this one guy that I keep sending like you and Wyatt and everybody like posts of, and his name is Pro Reborn. Like he was
Mhm.
like he was a COD player, and I like knew the guy, like I knew he was a COD player and stuff, uh, but I wasn't really like following him like that. And then like he starts posting all these things about XDefiant, and he's just blown up
Mhm.
because of like how supportive he is of XDefiant.
Yeah. So, if we're gonna, I kind of just gonna pull this up on my stream real quick. I just typed XDefiant in the search bar on YouTube. So you know, 11K views, 311K views, 19K views. Prestigious Key got 19K views, right? So like this guy, he's a pretty
Yeah,
big
Prestige is
COD.
key, and like Nero Cinema, like those two are two of the top like
Mm-hmm.
COD creators that I've seen that have been super supportive of XDefiant.
Like so, Jack Frags, he's a pretty big one. He's got 4 million. But like they're still getting like 10K views. This one's got 160, and this guy has how many subscribers? 5K subs. Like this one, that's XDefiant. I don't XDefiant gameplay, multiplayer, no commentary, 84,000 views. This guy has 298 subscribers, and he's getting mad views because it's XDefiant. The finals, gameplay, no commentary.
Oh, dude, I kind of want to play the finals. That
Like
game just came out,
his
by the way.
XDefiant test from 2 months ago got 3.8 thousand views, and only has just under 300 subscribers. Like this is like your chance to hop on it.
Dude, and that's the thing is like, that's the thing is XDefiant is like everybody like now that XDefiant has been out for a couple months, all these people on posts and stuff are like, oh, the hype train fell off. Like I'm not excited for it anymore. The new COD's out. Like they did everything. COD did everything better. So XDefiant's like worthless. And I'm just like, okay, we'll see you when the game launches.
Yeah. We'll see you in the
We'll see
lobbies,
you
bro.
grinding it when the game launches.
Yeah. Cause like this guy Decoy, like, I mean, I really never heard of him before XDefiant, and he's got like 6K subscribers, right? But if you look at his videos, like less than 1,000, like he's hopping on this game, the finals.
He's getting more views on XDefiant videos than his amount of subscribers, and that is like super good.
He does one video on Call of Duty, like 2 videos on Call of Duty, right? A couple of months, just over a K. XDefiant update 5K, XDefiant update 11K. Call of Duty couple thousand, 2,000 most. XDefiant 10K. 2K MW 300 K, like 2K, 1K. XDefiant mobile, that was a 1K one, but I don't feel like people are really on that, right? But like, all his Call of Duty videos are like 1K. XDefiant 5K almost. XDefiant 8.3K. The finals 11K, 9K. Like that's a new game. Like
the finals will be another one because the finals literally just came out.
This one 13K. Like, actually, can I sort by like highest viewage?
This Overwatch clone is better than Overwatch. I might have to watch that because I kind of like don't like Overwatch anymore, but it's like the concept of the game is fun.
Yeah, so I just did his popular sort, right? Decoy 6.8K subscribers, right? XDefiant, the finals. Rogue Company, the finals. Rogue Company. XDefiant, Rogue Company. See, none of his top ones are Call of Duty. And all these like Rogue Company ones were like over a year ago, right? I think XDefiant had like a resurgence. Like Rogue Company had a resurgence for a while. XDefiant 21K.
I've heard about this game. He's playing in that video. He's playing Paladins.
Yeah. XDefiant, Rogue Company. XDefiant, Modern Warfare 3 in trouble. XDefiant. Like XDefiant. Like all his top videos are not Call of Duty videos. They are XDefiant videos, along with like Rogue Company from like, but his recent ones are the finals and the XDefiant. Like, you gotta hop on the new game. A new game comes out. It's a potential for so many more possibilities because everyone's just like trying to. As long as you hop on it quick and you hop on it fast and you're consistent with it and you like, put out the good content, like people will. People are just searching. They're not going to Nick Merckx for YouTube videos for it. Because Nick Merckx probably won't even be playing it when it releases. Like, this is the chance to hop on early. And, I mean, we saw it with, like, Fortnite. Like, Myth. He was one of the best Fortnite players of the early years. Because he was playing the game.
He was like the first one to really blow up even before Ninja.
Yeah, like he was playing.
He was one of the first people to get super good at building, and
he had the most wins.
He was the top guy before Ninja.
Yeah, like he had the most wins. He was playing every single day, and it really benefited.
All of those TSM guys were really popping off on that game.
And the thing is, Smith was playing since day one. And he had his time in the fame, and obviously like he kind of fell off a little bit, which happens,
Dude, that sucks because like that's basically what happened to all the TSM guys.
Yeah, but like if you can build yourself up from a new game, like especially one like XDefiant that's so similar to all other like FPS games.
Yeah, and it's getting so much hype. Like it's like every time people post XDefiant videos, that's their best videos on their channel. So,
well, for the lower Sub count streams.
I mean, you know it's really good if you're getting
Oh,
like double your sub count and views.
oh my God! Scump finally shaved his stash.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he said he would have to do that.
he actually doesn't look like a pervert now. Aw. He literally, that stash, not for him. He looks a lot better without it. Anyway, I think that's pretty much all I got to talk about. What about you, Deception? Anything else you would like to add?
The only thing is like, well, you didn't watch it, but takeaways from the CDL.
Go for it.
By far the most outstanding performance was not only Seattle Surge, but LE just went crazy. Guy averaged a 1.72 for the series.
Damn.
That was insane. Like, if he's playing like that, Surge might be the dark horse to win an event. But there was a lot of stuff was pretty standard. Like New York, New York popped off. They won their event. They won their games. FaZe is looking good. Surge is looking good. Surprisingly, Vegas Legion is looking pretty good.
Yeah.
They were looking pretty nasty in Search and Destroy.
Don't they have Clay this year?
No, Clay's on Ravens.
Oh. They had Clay last year. That's right.
I need to see if there's like standings.
I don't know. Hold on. Call of Duty League.
I found it.
Found it.
Okay, so Surge, FaZe, and New York are 2-0.
I'll pull it up for the viewers. Yep, and then Hedrix is 1-0. Texas is 1-1. Vegas Legion is 1-1.
Heretics kind of popped off. I'm not gonna lie. They played against London and they smoked it.
So for those of you guys that aren't familiar, the Heretics are the new Florida Mutineers, because of like some buying out or whatever. You got Vegas Legion 1-1, Royal Ravens 1-1, Boston Breach 0-2, LA Gorillas 0-2, Minnesota Rocker 0-2, LA Thieves 0-2.
LA Thieves 0-2 is the real surprising one because
the thing is they picked up pretty much a rookie roster minus like Ghosty and
yeah, but like they look really good.
Yeah,
like for them to, the big thing though is it's early in the season. Like even if you go 0-2, like you shouldn't be worried because not only is there a lot of matches left to play in the whole season, you're playing more online matches. Like instead of like having like 4 or 5 online matches per qualifier, there's 7. So you have a lot more time to make up from starting 0-2.
Yeah, and like the thing is though, is like if you really think about it, like this team is still new. Like all these teams are still new, right? LA Thieves, like these guys are like new to like they're fresh, like a couple, like 2 of them I think are like freshly like in the league, like this is their rookie season. This was a business move by LA Thieves because they could have kept the roster that they had last year. It's just they couldn't afford to keep the roster financially. So they definitely, got some players that had the lower salary end of things because that's what they needed to do, like to save the company in and of itself. They did the same thing, I think, for League of Legends and some of the other games that they compete in. Because that's just what's going on right now. Like the esports industry in and of itself is like losing money. Investors are pulling out or they're not investing anymore. Like, I mean, we've talked about this over and over and over again on the podcast. So I don't want to like, preach on a broken record or whatever the saying is, but like it's part of it, and I think as the season goes on, they'll start to mesh more and they'll start doing better. I think this one was just get the jitters out and break the ice.
And I think people should not only like not be so worried about the way the standings look right now because it's early.
It's literally the first
I also
weekend.
think that people need to look more into like the series because there are a lot of these series where
they were close.
Literally, like it could have went anywhere.
Yep.
Like, some of these teams have lost close series, but they could have easily won them if something went their way.
Yeah, like they
Like
were
Optic
relatively
have played
close.
3 S&Ds, and every one of them have went to round 11.
Yep.
And the thing is like people could be like, oh, they're bad at S&D because right now Optic has not won an S&D, and I think they're like 0-3, but they went to round 11 in every S&D.
Mm-hmm.
Like they do one thing different, and they win.
Yep.
They've won every S&D.
Yep.
Like,
Like
like
if you
they
think
could
about it like
easily
that.
be 2-0 with like the same record as like FaZe,
Mm-hmm.
but just because they've lost like one round here or there, or lost a hard point by a few points, they're a little bit lower.
Yep.
Like it doesn't mean they're like a bad team.
Yeah. So, I mean, and you look at it, and there's a map win loss already. Like Hedrix, they haven't dropped a map.
Yeah, they've
But
only
they're
played one
fourth.
match, but they absolutely smoked the Ravens. They went 3-0 them.
But they're fourth because they've only played the one match.
That was like the one series that I was like, okay, maybe we might be a little bit worried about the Ravens because right, that Real guy that plays on the Ravens, he dropped a 0.71 against Heretics. And then in the next series they played, he dropped a 0.54.
Oh my.
Yeah, he's struggling a little bit.
That's all right. Somebody has to.
But I'm just saying, like I saw that prediction list that I sent you about CDL Intel, and at first, before the matches started, I had no idea who would make a change first. I honestly could have told you, like Surge, if they didn't start out well or something like that. But now, like I'm really leaning toward Ravens because if Real keeps playing as bad as he is, I don't know if he makes it past Major 1.
I think they shouldn't make any changes unless it's like an actual like internal issue, like on the game side of things, like based on like performance. I don't think they should make any changes until after the first major.
Like I
but
said,
if they're like butting heads as like a team, I feel like then they should.
Yeah. Like I said, you can't look too far into it because it's only been 2 matches. But man, like the one guy that really stands out is Real because he does not look like this weekend. He was not shooting back.
But my thing is, like I just said, like a lot of teams, they make the mistake of making a change too early based on someone's performance. But this is a months long game. Like there's so many different majors and so many different months.
Yeah,
for
there's
people
so many
to
different
improve.
matches too.
Yeah,
because it's like
for people to
there's
improve.
going to be 7 matches in the qualifiers, and theoretically, if you want to get like a top 4 seed, you need 5 or 6 wins.
Yep.
So it could be like London comes out as a completely different team and knocks off 5 straight, and they go 6-1.
Well,
like,
they're not London anymore; they're Carolina. So,
like, I mean, that's the thing is like it's just the first couple matches. You can't really there aren't really a bunch of huge takeaways you can do. Now going into Major 1, you might have a better idea of who's going to win, who's going to lose, like who looks good, who doesn't. But
this is just the first little go at it. Everyone's getting their footing and figuring things out. I mean, I feel like the only reason that any team changes should occur is if there's actual like shit going on like behind the scenes, like say like like to I'll use like these for examples because I just brought up the roster. Say like Ghosty and Banch are like really going at it. Like he just keeps one of them just keeps starting starting something, and then the other 2 guys are like getting fed up about it, so then they join in. Like the stuff like that does, I think, warrant a roster change because when you mesh outside of the game, it's just as important when you mesh inside.
Yeah.
Especially in this situation, because everyone's such at a high level that like they need to be meshing in and out of the game. Because you play better when you feel better. When you're upset, your mind is clouded with other things. You're not quite on your game.
Well, that's why I think like every team that Kenny has played on, that's why they're so good, is because Kenny has said before, like when he plays on a team, he wants everybody to be like friends, like really close friends. Like he doesn't want them to be just teammates. Like he wants to do everything with them. So like if he builds that chemistry with this Optic team, like they could be insane because every time Kenny has played on a team, they kind of like start out a little bit rocky and then they're just the best team in the game.
I mean, I agree.
I mean, I wouldn't say Optic are like they started out rocky, but because they could easily be 2-0 with a much better record.
I don't know. I think we're just gonna have to wait and see. I mean, when do they play next? When is when is the CDL? The next like qualifiers?
CDL is next weekend.
All right, so we'll keep you guys posted. I do have to go back to studying though, so we're gonna have to call it here. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the podcast. We really enjoy you. We know this was a little bit of a longer one today, but we had a lot to talk about, mainly because we won't have a podcast next week, so we had to get a lot of things, just kind of like up in the air and start some conversations, I guess you could say. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to follow the podcast everywhere. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's a Tonage Scorp, my YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitch. Like the podcast. If you're listening live right now and you want to watch some previous ones, they are up on YouTube. Go give them a listen or a watch. Same thing if you're watching this in the future. Say you want to be like, hey, like, let's go take a trip down memory lane. Go for it. As of February 14th, we'll be all caught up as far as podcast wise. So then the ones that you see Wednesday at 4 p.m. will be the one that was live that Wednesday at 12 p.m. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. Deception, say bye.
Bye.
We'll see you guys next time. Peace.